Late last year, we ran the Narrabeen All Nighter, our very first ultra marathon. We're going to take you through from how the idea came about all the way through our training and how the actual event went.
So the Narrabeen All Nighter is a overnight race that goes for 12 hours. So it goes from 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. Basically, it sees people in two different events, either individual or in teams, running a, 5.275K loop. It's like an out and back. And if you're in the individual, you run that as many times as you can in the 12 hours to see how many Ks you can clock up. If you're in a team, you do the same thing, but only one person can be running. And we decided to enter it as a team. This came about because a friend of ours had mentioned to us in, I think, like late October that he was doing the race with someone. And it was so funny. We just looked at each other and we were like, yeah, we're doing that. Both of us haven't run an ultra marathon before. So this was our first ultra marathon. So that really scared us, but also really excited us. From my perspective, I definitely wanted/needed something to like ignite the competitiveness in me. We've both done like endurance stuff before, but it had kind of been a while since we'd done something like this. And I was so excited to just commit myself to something for a couple of months and then try and perform on the night.
I have been super keen to run in my sandals, the Zero Genesis sandals, which are a minimalist sandal.
Turn it sideways. Oh no, you did show it sideways.
And there's not much there. It's a minimalist sandal. It's about, I think, 7 mil thick. And I have just been wearing these as my daily shoes for the good part of 2 years. And I just started running in them after Dead Cow Gully, literally just trying to build up foot strength and the ability to run. I was running 1.8 kilometers a day for 3 weeks and then slowly building up. I had a plan to get to 20 kilometers in the sandals, and I was just doing it in the dark, didn't tell anyone about it. And then when Kyle suggested that we do this race together, I was like, oh, funny that I've actually kind of been training and I'm pretty comfortable running barefoot now. So I was keen.
My main goal was to get through a training camp that I was satisfied with. I have done multiple endurance events before, and whether that be a marathon, some triathlon stuff, all those things, and I've never been satisfied with the training camp I've ever done. I've always just half-assed it. This was a real opportunity and chance for me to commit and devote myself to 10 weeks of disciplined training, not missing a session. And yeah, I was just really excited at the start to actually embark on that, and quite scared. And that was pretty much my main goal. Obviously the race was going to be the race, but if I put all of that into the training, that I would have the outcome of a good race performance. So yeah, I was really excited to do that at the start. That was the goal.
When it came time to building out a training plan, I had never trained for any running event specifically in my life. And with the personal assistant of ChatGPT, we were able to build some pretty decent training plans. For any runners out there, I'm not sure if it's actually that great, but it worked for us.
Yeah.
And just with our knowledge combined with its, I was pretty happy with it. Also knowing how the night went, I'm pretty happy with how my training plan was.
We could sort of have a base plan and then use the AI to adjust it to, I guess, our schedules. And it was cool based on, like, we're so blessed to be able to do what we do. We can kind of move things around, and the nature of us doing it together, we could have earlier work days, later work days to fit in these runs.
We figured it was really important to train how we were going to be running, which was one of us running the 5.275 Ks while the other person rested. Person A running, comes back, rests, person B goes, runs. And we just knew that it's so important to train the resting, because in any typical run, you're not going to be sitting down for 30 minutes and then running another 5K, sitting down for 30, running another 5K. So we really wanted to train that, and also do some simulation trainings of running at night, because at night we're meant to be sleeping. So yeah.
And we both don't operate like that.
No.
Normally in life, like get up early, 5, 6. Like we're up early in the morning. We're not really staying up that late that often. So
we just essentially what we wanted to do was try to eliminate as many surprises on race day as possible, so that we could come in feeling as prepared as possible and as confident as possible. And then other things that were huge helps was caffeine was obviously going to play a major part in this.
Yeah.
We need something that was easy to get down, something that was just super accessible and tasted decent, to know that, 6, 7, 8 hours into this event in the middle of the night, we were going to be happy to drink it. And that is why we were so stoked to have Shine sponsor this event for us. Ready?
Cheers. Time to shine. Salute. Salute. This stuff will never get old.
I love you.
Thank you, Shine.
And then I guess moving on to nutrition. Throughout the training, obviously we were going to need to be using nutrition for all of our training block. I have had experiences with gels and none of them work for me. Tailwind, none of that stuff sits well in my stomach. Anything artificial when I'm running, just my body cannot handle it. And having used maple syrup before, I know how natural it is, how clean it is, and how well my stomach takes it. So we actually made maple syrup pouches. So I have a cryovac machine. We bought maple syrup in bulk, and we just made 30 ml pouches, which was about 27 grams of carbs per pouch, and it was the best thing for the training camp.
So good. We would have a maple syrup on that turnaround. Best thing ever, every lap.
So good.
Like it never got old. It never got old. Even on the event, like they never got old. I could have a million of those.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Coconut water.
Oh, chocolate coconut water. Coco Bella.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for your services. That shit, I would love to calculate how many liters I had of that over the training camp.
You palmed it.
I probably had about 2% plain coconut water, most of it chocolate coconut water. Pretty much every mission I did, I had 100% chocolate coconut
By
water.
the sounds of the way he's talking about it, you would think that they sponsored this video, but they
had not. Yeah, they did not, but I wish they did.
So 4 weeks into the camp, I was burning through clothes. I was, going through like 1 to 2 pairs of clothing a day. And I personally just don't have that much exercise clothing. When it came time to buying new clothes, we weren't too sure as to what we should get. But logically, we have seen Harvey Lewis run 92 hours in only wearing 2 times new clothing. And purely because of that, we knew how good their clothing was. So we hit them up and asked if they would be happy to sponsor this video and send us out some clothes, and by our delight, they agreed, and they sent us a whole bunch of clothing that got us through the training camp and the event, and will stay with us for the foreseeable future.
The shorts are my favorite. Shorts are really hard to nail, in my opinion. Someone with thick thighs struggle to get like good shorts. So
The Aero 7-inch shorts,
they clutched up.
they clutched up.
That's it. We're here. The 12 lap mission.
That's all it is, man.
Time to get it done.
Let's get it.
Man, it's so cool. Everyone's out here.
Yeah.
I don't know, we did so many training ones there with no one here.
I know,
and now
it feels weird.
everyone's here.
You ran the first lap.
I did run the first lap, that was good. It was exciting, the first lap, all you want to do is just gun it out and you feel so good and fresh and you just want to sprint. But I knew I was like, I have to be disciplined, like do not run too fast. Basically, those first few laps were awesome. And the only thing I would question was I was getting so hot. Like, when I say so hot, like a fever hot. Like, I was dripping sweat and couldn't stop dripping sweat. And as soon as I'd stop, I'd get like really cold. But then it was about, I think it seems about the half or just like 5 or 6 or 7, like those laps I really started to like get quite sick. And I just thought it was food. So I kind of took it like a little bit easy on the food on the next lap. And then the lap after that, I actually vomited like twice on the lap.
So Kyle is really struggling. This lap has been 47.5 minutes so far. I love him and I want him to be okay, and drop any ego, drop anything, and just look after him. So whatever needs to be done to get this thing done, we will do that. I think he's here, so I'm just gonna have a chat with him, see where he's at. How you doing, brother?
Huh?
How you doing? Honestly, where are you at? Drop anything.
Sorry, I've just booted so many times. I was sick that lap.
Yeah, you weren't. You weren't sick?
No, I wasn't sick.
That's good.
The last 2 hours.
Yeah. Shit.
Empty. Like,
Yeah. Do you?
nothing in me, but like I wasn't sick then.
Yeah.
Had 2 gels.
That's good.
I've had water.
Yeah.
There's no chance I stop.
Yeah. No.
I
Of course.
need to get to 60 kilometers today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whether that's in the race or not,
Okay.
and in the break, I'm
Yeah.
willing to walk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Do you want to? Are you happy with the one rest, or do you want to take a longer
I will
rest?
happy if it means that you can get more Ks in.
What? No,
before
whatever
6.
you want.
No, because I can walk around.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to do 2.5.
We decided that I was gonna do 2 laps, like back to back, and I remember going out on my second lap after hearing that, and I was wrestling with the thought of that so much because I was feeling so good and so fresh, and I knew that I could keep going and that I could push like all the way till the end of the event. And I wanted to because that was what I had trained for. I had trained to like show up to this event, give it my all, and see how far I could go. But then when the idea of that was presented to me to not do that, I was like, oh, this really pulls a chord with my ego, and this is not something that my ego feels comfortable with, because I want to push, I want to see how far I can go. And I remember that entire lap, the whole 30 minutes or whatever it was, I was just back and forth in my head, like, do I do it? Do I not? Do I do it? Do I not? And I came to the conclusion that what matters more to me is being there by the people I love side, rather than going out on my own glory. Not that there was any glory in the case I was running, but that was kind of the mentality I was in. And I just realized I wanted to be by your side through it all, no matter what happens, because that matters way more to me than me just running some extra Ks by myself for my own pride and my own ego.
You doing that last lap with me was amazing. Like, to be honest, in the moment was not really thinking about you at all, because I just had to expend all my mental energy on myself. It was really awesome. We got to like reflect on both our run experiences, and I think it's crazy. We performed completely differently. Like, I was going great until almost halfway, and then I just fell off a cliff. You just kept like performing, and probably, if you had the chance, had enough in the tank to be like, I'm killing this. I could just keep going, and like, who knows what you could have done. Completely 2 different experiences, but we came to the same outcome, which was, this sucks.
As soon as we started that last lap together, I knew that I had made the right decision. Actually took my bib off for that last lap, because technically you can only have 1 runner on the course at a time in a team. So technically I guess you would say, got disqualified from the event. And I think on the actual event record, I think we did 10 laps each, which we ended up doing about 11 laps each, because we hit 60k. But obviously those aren't official, and we have no qualms about that. We don't care about the event. We just wanted to run an ultra. And it took us, I think, just under an hour. We finished at 5:56 a.m. with like 4 minutes to spare before the event was officially finished. And it was amazing. It was perfect. We were walking back. Your parents were there. All of our friends were there. Everyone's clapping, cheering. The sun's up. It was such an emotional moment for us. And yeah, fairy tale ending. Could not have been better. Could not have scripted it better.
To reflect on this whole experience, it was, the things I took away from it were completing like a training camp. At least for me, like, being able to do that, I've taken that discipline and consistency into other areas of my life, and I want to continue to do that. It's been such like a level up for me personally.
Yeah, the overall experience was so educating. I knew that I probably had no desires to ever run a backyard ultra, just because of the demand it places on your body. I think they're so unhealthy and bad for your bodies to do. But having filmed them and been around them quite a bit last year, I think it was nice to do something similar, to just gain a bit of insight as to like what these athletes go through, when they're pushing themselves to their limits, which is insane. And we just got like a tiny little peek behind the curtain with our event and what we did. But yeah, I know for certain I have no desire to ever run an event like that again. We're so grateful to Two Terms You and Shine for their support throughout this event. And yeah, it was just nice to put the cameras down for once and put on the running shoes.
It was very much so. So yeah, thank you for following along, and we will never do that again.
Yeah.